Hi everyone. Oh, my name is Fiona. It is a delight to have you all. Welcome to my very first video here on YouTube. I am honored to be here. I will be sharing with you every now and then life lessons that I have learned as I've done life. I'll be sharing with you the things that go on, what I have gone through, and the very things I have learned from those lessons. So today, come join me. Let's learn something new together. Let me be honest with you for a second. In the first few months after I had had my newest baby, it was not easy. I was constantly anxious. I was constantly tired and overwhelmed. I remember one of those days when I literally dozed off while I was carrying baby. I remember the many days I was anxious about what would happen because I have older children. I remember one of those days when I was very overwhelmed. I run a business and it runs from home. I was overwhelmed with orders coming through, us having to deliver on time and do the right deliveries, yet I did not have as much support in those very first months after I gave birth. It felt like the weight of everything was literally sitting on my chest. So many times we feel like we don't have help. It's a lie. It's a lie. We usually have help. Some help we have not acknowledged, some help we have just not received it. Yes, so when I talk about lack of help and feeling unsupported, I have, my husband works and I have an older child who's at the university. They were there. They really helped with the most basic things. They did the laundry. I could do the laundry with them on some days. They made me a meal. They were there. They carried the baby when he cried overwhelmingly. They let me take a nap on some days when they could. Even the older children could carry the baby around when my hands were full. But there's a lie that we had no help. There was a day I really wanted to cry. That day the baby cried helplessly for about 10 minutes. To be honest, I cried because like a baby is, they can't speak to you. You don't know what it really is ailing them. You don't know, they can't tell you this is what it is or this is how I feel. So you just have to think for them. And already with my condition full of anxiety and the tiredness, I just couldn't figure out what it was. I ended up crying together with a baby. So that's the two of us in there crying helplessly. But it's just a lie that we did not have help. Some of the days I just asked God, how am I supposed to go through all of this? How am I supposed to handle? How am I supposed to cross over to the other side? How do I stay sane? How do I stay positive? How do I stay hopeful even after all these things that are going on around me? Amidst all those things, there is this one choice that I made. I chose to be grateful. It may sound weird, but I just chose to be grateful. It wasn't that life got easier. It wasn't that my to-do list was deleted. It's just that I decided to look at life differently. I decided to look at the things that were seemingly small and little that happened in that season. I remember one of my friends took leave from her work for a week to come and take care of me. I looked at that. I remember the numerous phone calls I received, the numerous texts that came through from friends to just check in on us, checking in on me. How are you doing? How are you faring? The small gifts that came through, the time that one of my friends gave to just be with my kids, came and just started to stay with my kids. I looked at that. I looked at Things as small as my mother traveled all the way from home and she came over to just be with me and support in this journey. Could have been for a few days, but it went a long way. I looked at small things like the baby choosing to rest for 3 hours so they could give me some time to myself. I also looked at things like that cup of tea that I was able to get, regardless that I made it hot and I found it warm. I look at that and I am thankful. At first, it looked like it was forced, but it turned out to be very helpful. The more that I wrote down these things that were positive, the more my heart shifted to gratitude. So what did gratitude do for me? Gratitude did not erase my anxiety. It did not take away the tiredness. On many days I was still tired. It did not delete my to-do list, say that there were things I didn't have to do anymore. No, everything in my life had to remain the same, even much more, because the needs of the baby keep increasing the more they grow. The laundry, talk about the meals, the running of the house, talk about the business, the orders that were coming through, the deliveries that had to be done on time. Talk about I'm a student in school and I have assignments to catch up with, and all those things. Gratitude did not take away all of those things. It did not. But what gratitude did, it gave me perspective. Gratitude just reminded me that God is always still showing up in different ways. He is still showing up. He showed up for me through the texts. He showed up for me through the time that my friends decided to give me a part of their time. It showed up. It showed up in all ways. At a point like that, you have a choice to make. You either will choose to keep focusing on the things that are not going right, or choose to let gratitude speak and focus on the things that have gone right, however small they might seem. So this is my challenge for you as we come to a close today. I'm here to challenge you to grab that pen, grab that book, that notebook, that piece of paper, that sticky note, your phone notes. Grab anything where you can make notes. Grab it now and write down 5 things that you're grateful to God for. 5 things that amidst a storm you could still say, amidst all this, I am grateful for this. It could be you're grateful for good health. Many people are not well. You could be grateful for the fact that you have the data to watch me share my story with you. You could be grateful that you're able to hear these things from another person. You could be grateful for many things. Lately, I am grateful when the baby smiles at me. I am thankful he did. I'm thankful. Be grateful. Pick up the pen. Write down those 5 things that you're grateful for. Be intentional about it. Be intentional to see them even amidst the storm. As we get to the end of today's video, I want to remind you, I want to let you know that gratitude is healing. Gratitude picks you out of the spirals and plants you and sets you on solid ground. Choose to be grateful today. Pick up the pen. Look through the day. Look through the storm. Amidst all those things, pick up the things that you're grateful for. Ride on that energy. I love you all. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.